Hello and welcome back to the Tim Foss YouTube channel. Today you find me up in Yorkshire, England. I am at the home of Twisted Automotive, the most amazing Defender modificator in the world. And without wasting any time, look at all of this. This is called the Old Cinema, as you can see up there. And this is where Twisted have their showroom, and they just have the most amazing, unique spec Defenders you can imagine. This one with the Targa top, Targa? No, canvas. With the cream interior. They are so unique. Imagine this one going down to the beach. Unreal. So I am here actually filming some of their stock that's currently for sale. I'll be filming this one in a minute with these kind of bull bars on the front, but there's just so many different specs and options that you can have. The Defender that I've just been filming and just nearly finished up is this 90 V8, and it sounds absolutely incredible. I'm going to start it up for you in a minute. It's actually on air suspension, so you can see that it's nearly touching the sills. But you can raise it up, but this is kind of like a car park mode or a sports mode, and it's in this beautiful green color, which is one of my favorite Defender colors, and almost would like to have my car kind of wrapped in a similar color, but I think it looks absolutely stunning. There's so many details on the car, like it has the laser lights, kind of this I don't know what you actually call this, but I have these on the sides, but this has it on the bonnet, on my Defender, as I said, just on the sides. Color matched wing mirrors, and the way that the door handles open is just, that noise is so satisfying, and the seals around the doors are just incredible compared to kind of how the Defender comes as stock. And it's all those little things that makes Twisted way above the rest, and definitely way above where these kind of Defenders come stock. I'm just going to up my ISO a little bit here to show you the interior. And we have this kind of command stick here as well, with lots of different options. Auto level, off-road, so this is where you raise and lower the car. Service, front, rear. Amazing. Okay, then hopping into the car. Do excuse me. So we have the kind of normal key, but we have this kind of Range Rover-ish unlocking key, and then of course it is a automatic, with it being the V8. So some of the buttons have been moved here. We have CarPlay. Let's turn the car on now. Listen to that sound. Oh my goodness, that is satisfying. So this one, not only one of the coolest looking Defenders, but the best sounding of the bunch as well. This I really need on mine as well. So this kind of is an extension of the mudguard that stops the wheels kind of spraying out, because they're so wide, the wheels, that they kind of spray mud out over the side of the car. Really need to get those on mine as well. And there's so many other details, like this kind of front roll cage that it has on here, the laser lights, of course, controlled by the inside, and this underguard as well. I mean, there's just so many things. You can go absolutely as crazy or as subtle as you would like at Twisted. Coming back into the Old Cinema then, at the back, we have the newest addition to the Twisted lineup, and that is the TVE. So this is actually a Defender with an electric engine, which I drove a few weeks back now, when we filmed this car on its kind of debut. You can see here TVE. And to be honest with you, I actually thought it was really cool. And I know it's not what Defenders are meant to be, you know, the Defenders you saw in there, the V8, the big rumbling noise, and that's what you kind of like. But to be honest, this was really quick. And when you're just going down a country road and it's completely silent, apart from like the tire noise, you know, you can just hear everything that's going on around you. And I actually really enjoyed the experience. And the technology inside is really cool. Let's see if the door's open. Yes, it is. So coming inside then, let me just bump up the ISO a bit. So you have the screen down here, And that's where you have your drive, neutral, reverse, of course, and then it has your high and low range sport mode as well, so you can kind of have a chill mode and have a sport mode, and it all shows on that little screen there. And yeah, instead of having kind of engine temp, you have battery on there. So just a few modifications to make it just more modern. And as I said, I thought it was really cool, and I know some people don't think what Defender's about, but to be totally honest with you, it's a future-proof and this amazing design. Here we have a kind of stripped down V8 of what it looks like, kind of in the chassis. This is in a 110 chassis, so the longer kind of model, but here it is all exposed, and you can see kind of where the car sits on these kind of struts here above the suspension, on the chassis there. It's so cool to see it exposed. And then of course you have the kind of exhaust coming out through here and out the back. It looks kind of at least stainless steel, maybe titanium, but the sound that comes out of these is phenomenal, and they are so quick, especially in a 90. It's kind of scary actually how quick they are, but anyway, looking really cool here with everything exposed. And yeah, you just get to see the bare shell. As you might have spotted behind all the other cars, there are just lines and lines of Defenders, absolutely bone stock. So these Defenders have like 5 or 20 miles on them, and they are ready for you to purchase and customize in your own way. So these are last off the line, as you can see, 16 plate Defenders, and there's just tons of them. And they have a you know, another storage place where there's another kind of 50 to 100, I don't know exactly, but many other Defenders ready for you to kind of make your mark. We'll start with a red one, start with a silver one, a grey one. I think that's a little bit lighter than the Chorus Grey on mine, or is that Chorus Grey? Maybe it's the same colour as mine. Whoa, look at that parking. Oh my goodness, I would not like to do that. But yeah, start off your base Defender and then make it something like this. Cut the roof off, have the beach wagon. What do you reckon? Do we like that? Is that cool? Obviously that's a TD5, slightly older model. But yeah, roof off in the summer, going down to the beach or driving through central London, whichever you prefer. And this one is actually currently for sale as well. So if you like the look of it, check out the Twisted website and you'll probably see one of my videos of it. Really cool car. Drove that one yesterday actually. Well, not too far, but drove it around the showroom. Here is an example of a stock Defender, but with a few upgrades. So this one has the Twisted kind of wheels, signature wheels on it. It has new side steps, mud flaps, wing mirrors, so a few little bits. Let's have a look on the inside. God, they are so clean compared to mine. This gives me so much inspiration. Sorry, it's a little bit dark inside the cabin. But yeah, the steering wheel is just so fresh. Oh, I wish mine was like that. And then this one's the access, so air conditioning, seats in the rear, just like mine. Looks amazing. Yeah, and you can notice, do you notice the difference in the door sounds? So I'm going to cut now. I'm going to open this door, and then I'm going to open another door straight after each other. Could you tell the difference between the stock Defenders and the Twisted Defenders? You definitely can in person. When I first went in a Twisted, it was actually one of the things that I was kind of shocked by the most is just like how sturdy the cars are and how rigid they are. Mine, when I close my door, sometimes I think my window is going to fall out. But these cars are just absolutely rock solid. As well with the back door on mine, it just like closes on you, on your back all the time. Whereas these Defenders have this like solid hinge, whereas like any angle that you open the door, any at all, it doesn't click into places or anything like that. It's just completely smooth. But anywhere you leave it, it stays exactly where it is. And for me, it's those kind of refinements and small things that really make the difference of kind of what makes a Twisted. obviously, you know, your customization, your different leathers, packs, anything you would like, of course, that is absolutely amazing. But how they refine these Defenders and make them kind of as solid as a modern day car, for me, is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so just before we wrap up, let's have a quick look at the stock that we have outside. And starting off with this amazing navy blue 90 XS. Filmed this one yesterday. Actually one of my favorite cars that they have in stock and that I filmed. Hopefully it's coming across all right. It's super bright outside, so I'm trying to see my little screen. This and the V8 inside. If this had a V8, it would be my favorite. I think just because that color is just shimmering in the sun, looks absolutely unbelievable. And the V8 in there didn't have rear seats, and that's something that I really need, because I always have people in my car, so I do need those rear seats. Next to it we have this behemoth of a car. This is a 130 pickup, and it is absolutely enormous. It's like a monster truck. I don't know whether you can kind of see, but next to it is a 110, that's a 130, and it has these enormously bigger tires on it as well, and then it kind of goes down to the back where you can put like all different things in here if you like. Let's see if I can open it up. So you can put anything you want kind of in the back here, really easily accessible if you are tall like me. If you are not, maybe not so accessible, but actually a really cool car. If you have the space for it, it's unbelievable. And again, the craftsmanship, there's nothing that's been forgotten about on that car. It's, you know, a very beautiful workhorse, but I guess supposed to be a workhorse. 110. With white wheels, which looks super cool, and also it has these different kind of side steps here as well. And again, really apologize, I can't see my screen, so I really hope everything's exposed correctly. But yeah, it has these different side steps, kind of throwing back to a more vintage kind of style, I guess, with the white wheels there as well. But looking really cool. And then we have some stock cars which have been sold, which I'm super happy about, because that means they're going to get some new love and attention from a new owner, or hopefully some twisted modification as well, which I'm sure they will be. But they are stock cars for sale. And then another little 110 over here. We have the Arctic truck that I filmed yesterday, which is a super cool kind of look on the Defender. All whited out, apart from the black wheels and the black accents, so it just looks really cool. And yeah, available for sale today. And the craziest Defender of all, well, before we move on to the craziest one, we have the most sleeper Defender of them all. So this kind of looks very much kind of stock, but with the twisted wheels, with the side steps, with the new mud flaps, but this actually has a V8 in it. And it sounds unreal like the one inside. So this one is for sale, and it's ready for someone to kind of put their mark on it. So it already has the V8, it already has the wheels, but you know, what do you want to do with the color? What do you want to do with the front grille? You know, what do you want to do with the interior? How do you want to make it yours? This one is ready to go with a V8. Sounds unbelievable. So yeah, put your mark on it. Okay, so this wraps up our tour. Our short tour of Twisted up here in Thirsk in Yorkshire. And if you are passing by, definitely come down, because it is just Defender heaven, to be honest. And there's so many different specs and things that you can see and look at that, you know, you might want for your Defender, even if you're just kind of looking like I am right now, because I can't afford one of these stock right now. But what I'm going to start to do is like buy like bits, like the steering wheels and the cubbies and things like that, to start to upgrade my Defender, and you know, go all out and buy one, or just do little bits. They can do both, so bear that in mind. So from me, from Twisted, I wish you an amazing week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.